That is a purpose why we are doing it in Parliament. And of course, as per the Constitution, then it's provided for that he should give an address at least once per year, but he may choose occasions where, if need be, to appear before this Parliament. Remember, Liz, Kenya has one of the most progressive constitutions in the world. And in other countries, you may not see such a thing where the president comes and addresses the country, because this is a country that is run in accordance with our constitution. And Liz, I have heard Kaluma say that we've seen development in other regions, when this president came to power. I don't think that is how government should be run. Whether the president comes from Nyanza, from Mombasa, from northeastern region, development should be done equally across the regions.
You are supporting the government.
Across the regions. Yes. And I believe this president never he has not initiated development in other parts of the country because of broad-based. I believe William Ruto is a well-intentioned president, and he would have done it even without the broad-based government. Mm-hmm. So that is how I choose to see it. Mm-hmm. And this is a bold and courageous president, Liz. Remember, the president needs Parliament to execute some of the policies that that were in his agenda. And therefore, he needs the House to support his agenda. Mm-hmm. I don't think if there was any other president, if there is any other president in this country who would agree to share power, quote unquote, mm-hmm. with the opposition. Mm-hmm. I mean, the president has sacrificed. And the agenda of broad-based government, for me, is one of the issues or one of the things that is a legacy for this president. To unite the country, mm-hmm. to bring the opposition on board, mm-hmm. and work together as we develop our country. Mm-hmm. Because as we see, we have a peaceful country. The country is running well. Seeing Kaluma here defending government it is a historic moment, you know.
More than any other person.
It would never have happened.
But there is the question. Ninajua upo ndani, kila siku unasema upo ndani, umeandika kila mahali.
In fact, it's more government than us.
But there is
asking about
corruption. And the other day, President William Ruto pointed fingers to this house.
Yes. Do you remember during President Kibaki, in the first 3 years, that's when Anglo-leasing was birthed. That is when John Gidongo wrote the book, It Is Our Time to Eat. That is when President Kibaki, who was elected nationally, went back to his community, and they took charge of the public service to the exclusion of everybody. Corruption was rife. When Uhuru took over within the first 3 years, you remember Eurobond, you remember the NYS catwalks, you want to remember all those issues. I will be the first person, not to agree that corruption can be, reduced to zero, to level zero. But I think let us give the devil his due. Corruption is in every sector of the economy. Corruption pervades our society, even within our families. And so when you hear President Ruto saying corruption could be in Parliament, he's not saying something that could be far. But that to me is a positive step. What we have not seen under President Ruto is those mega corruption like Golden Bag, Anglo-leasing, NYS, catwalks, and those others. So we are dealing with this, pervasive, this one which has percolated every sector and every unit of our public service. And I think in as much as corruption, still thrives, and I still believe we are losing quite a chunk of money. There is also progress if you draw that comparative analysis. And I think this is the reason my brother Kipchumba Torotich, that is why President Ruto is, for instance, saying, let us have e-government, electronic procurement within government system. Mm-hmm. Because corruption in Kenya, I can tell you, having been here all this time, is budgeted for and it is executed in procurement. Mm-hmm. And that is where the cuts and the deals and the rents are built in, and that is when it is enforced in that accord. So there are steps, if you see, being taken. See the number of people who are facing even criminal charges now, people you would not imagine, and people who are very close to President Ruto. I think where Ruto needs to go if we are to fight corruption.
Yes.
Kipchumba, I think we have to relook at the law regime around the fight against corruption. Because look, Liz, you elect ethics and anti-corruption commissioners, you bring them here for approval in Parliament there, then once they go there, they are part-time commissioners.
Correct.
It is the secretariat who are their employees now running the anti-corruption agenda and so. So that is a lapse which I think we should address. If it is the EACC commissioners we oversight, then they should be the people running the anti-corruption war at that forum. And I think if we twitched a bit of this, Brother Kipchumba, corruption will be, fought.
But
the
this house has
procurement
been
law,
termed as
the Public Finance Management Act, the loopholes which allow people to pilfer public resources there, there can be, it can be done.
Liz,
but this house has been also, as you answer me, this house has been termed as the greatest weakling when it comes to fighting corruption. Over and over again, Mheshimiwa Kaluma, you've been here for 14 years. And every time you ask Kenyans where we get it wrong in fighting corruption, they will point fingers to this house.
Let me tell you, when you see Kenyans walking outside of this house they honored us to be in, they think we even have a bank here, you just take money and you carry it on your back. Don't come to Parliament for any Kenyan who think there is corruption in Parliament to make money or to make wealth.
Yes.
You will make, at least you knew me before I came to Parliament. There is no much corruption here. In fact, I dare say that in as much as there could be some level of corruption in Parliament also, because I've said it is in every part of our society. If we could raise our anti-corruption spirit to the level of Parliament, Kenya would be saving a lot. This is largely a very clean house. And remember, even when the president spoke, he was saying, did you know members of Parliament in the National Assembly? Some people go harassing some people in the executive, saying they are bringing money to you, which you yourself may not be even aware. So I know just because it is a representation of the society, you could have a few people. But really, as an institution, there is nothing to steal from Parliament. We are a good house.
That is what you say 14 years later.
Yeah.
However, you saw President William Ruto clearly saying that even some members approached him and he gave out 10 million shillings.
No, he didn't say that.
He said that in a PG.
Some members approached some executive officer.
Yes,
not him as
executive. But executive, who leads that executive? It's President William Ruto.